Landman Season 2 Episode 3 delivers one of the most frightening moments of the season with a deadly gas leak, and what makes it hit so hard is how grounded it feels in reality. The episode doesn't treat the leak like a flashy disaster meant only for shock value. Instead, it unfolds slowly and quietly, which is exactly how real-life industrial accidents often happen. At first, there's confusion, minor physical symptoms, and the sense that something is off, but no immediate explosion or obvious warning. That subtle buildup is what makes the outcome so devastating. The key thing to understand about this leak is that it's not just about faulty equipment. The show clearly points toward human error mixed with corporate negligence. Safety protocols were either rushed, ignored, or signed off on without proper verification. In industries like oil and gas, a single misstep is all it takes for something invisible to become lethal. The episode emphasizes how the gas itself is odorless and undetectable without proper sensors, which makes the danger even worse. By the time anyone realizes what's happening, exposure has already reached a critical level. What really deepens the impact is how the leak connects to earlier decisions made by multiple characters. This wasn't a random act of fate. It's the consequence of cutting corners, rushing production, and prioritizing output over safety. The show makes it painfully clear that the systems in place were designed to protect workers, but those systems only work if people actually respect them. Instead, warnings were overlooked, paperwork was pushed through too fast, and red flags were treated like minor inconveniences instead of serious threats. From a storytelling perspective, the gas leak also serves as a major turning point for several characters. For Tommy, it becomes impossible to ignore the human cost of the business anymore. He spent so much of the series managing chaos, putting out fires, and making morally gray decisions just to keep everything running. This incident forces him to confront the reality that people are paying the ultimate price for that constant pressure to perform. It's no longer just about money, land, or power, it's about lives. The episode also exposes the fragile illusion of control that everyone at the top believes they have. Up until now, most of the major players have acted like they can always pivot, cover mistakes, or shift blame. But the gas leak shatters that belief. There's no hiding from a death tied directly to operational failure. No clever deal can undo it. No legal maneuver completely removes the guilt. The consequences are immediate, visible, and irreversible. What makes the situation even more chilling is how realistic the aftermath feels. There's no clean resolution. Investigations begin, blame quietly circulates, and everyone starts looking over their shoulder. Some people are worried about public exposure. Others are worried about financial losses. And a few, almost as an afterthought, are actually grieving. That imbalance in priorities is one of the strongest statements the episode makes about the industry and the world these characters inhabit. The gas leak also sets up deeper conflicts for the rest of the season. Trust is shaken, rivalries harden, and the moral distance between characters widens. Some will double down on their habits, convinced that accidents are just part of the cost of doing business. Others will start questioning whether the entire system is broken beyond repair. That tension between normalization and accountability is what gives the storyline its lasting weight. In the end, Landman Season 2 Episode 3's killer gas leak isn't just a tragedy, it's a warning. It shows how easily invisible threats can become fatal when profit outruns precaution. It forces viewers to sit with the uncomfortable truth that disasters like this don't always come from dramatic acts of sabotage. More often, they come from routine decisions made in boardrooms, offices, and work sites where the pressure to move fast quietly overrides the responsibility to stay safe. And that realism is exactly why the episode is so hard to shake.